Sigma empaths dislike people who chase after and strive to impress others in order to become popular or respected. They think it is ridiculous when people make such an effort to be noticed, and like because it suggests that they are not happy with their current situation. Sigma empaths think that in order for someone to be truly happy, they should be content on their own. For the following 8 reasons, they never pursue happiness with other people. 8. The sincerity and genuineness of Sigma empaths give them confidence. The Sigma empaths' unwavering emphasis on honesty and confidence is the basis of their approach to interpersonal dynamics and relationships. The Sigma empath understands the transformational potential of being true to who you really are. This emphasis on authenticity is a deliberate attempt to resist social pressures to seek outside validation, and instead of being a preference, it is a means of expressing confidence in their genuine identity. By being self-assured and genuine, Sigma empaths radiate a seductive aura that pulls people in without their having to chase them. As a natural filter, the self-assured approach draws people who resonate with a depth of sincerity rather than shallow expectations, and fosters genuine connections. Their unwavering faith in authenticity serves as a foundation for deep connections, confirming that the most significant bonds are formed when people are true to who they are and stand erect. 7. Sigma empaths keep their emotional boundaries well defined. Sigma empaths recognize how critical it is to protect their emotional health by setting and upholding boundaries because they embody the special blend of Sigma's independence and empathic sensitivity. Sigma empaths carve up a place where their inner selves are safe and undamaged. This deliberate attention to emotional boundaries is a knowledge of the need to protect the purity of their experiences and feelings rather than an indication of emotional detachment. Sigma empaths are aware that pursuing people, whether out of a need for approval or a sense of connection, can erode these boundaries and result in emotional entanglements that might not be consistent with who they really are. Rather, by placing a high value on emotional boundaries, they foster partnerships that honor each person's independence and uniqueness. Consciously choosing not to chase comes from a dedication to emotional self-care. This insight enables Sigma empaths to navigate relationships beyond social norms and cultivate partnerships based on mutual respect and understanding. 6th, the unpredictable and enigmatic nature of Sigma empaths. Representing the intriguing union of Sigma independence and perceptive awareness, they are aware of the appeal of preserving an air of uncertainty. This trait is a deliberate attempt to maintain interpersonal dynamics and create intrigue by guaranteeing the conventional person suit of others, rather than just a simple evasive tactic. People are drawn to the mysterious quality that Sigma empaths exude, which encourages them to seek understanding and connection on the Sigma empath's terms. This deliberate unpredictability screens out people who are just interested in the outward manifestations of social standards, protecting against the shallow. The Sigma empaths intentionally choose to keep their connections deep and genuine by letting them develop organically in a world where social norms and predictability frequently rule the day. This is why they are drawn to mystery. Sigma empaths create an environment in which genuine interaction is sparked by the unexpected. 5. Sigma empaths place a high value on self-improvement and personal development. The dedication to personal development that drives Sigma empaths inward rather than outward in search of others is at the heart of their nature. The Sigma empath knows that growth areas and strengths building are the keys to fulfillment and acknowledges the transforming potential of self-discovery and personal development. This voyage of introspection serves as a beacon of guidance, directing individuals away from the demands of society to pursue relationships or outside validation in order to fit in. Being intuitive by nature, the Sigma empath understands that sincere relationships and worthwhile endeavors emerge from a point of personal sincerity. This self-focused attention is a conscious decision to develop a strong and resilient sense of self rather than the result of solitude. Sigma empaths build a strong foundation for their relationships and efforts by placing a high value on personal development. Within the Sigma empath domain, the quest for personal growth transforms into a means of achieving self-actualization and a calculated choice to create bonds that speak to the core of their true selves and transcend the transient nature of social norms. 4. Drama and emotional upheaval are things that Sigma empaths find difficult to handle. Everybody finds it hard and exhausting to live a life filled with drama, especially if they are unable to control their disagreements and emotional outbursts. However, those who possess heightened emotional intelligence, such as Sigma empaths, are said to be able to traverse the complexities of human interactions with a deep grasp of how drama affects their general well-being. This tendency to shy away from drama emphasizes a deliberate decision to live peaceful lives and a calculated commitment to emotional stability. Sigma sees avoiding drama as a deliberate choice to foster an atmosphere that supports real interactions and personal development. Chasing people in this situation is incompatible with their ideal emotional environment because they value relationships that profoundly enrich their lives and avoid the possible upheaval that comes with persistent pursuit. The Sigma empath's purported dislike of drama is indicative of a dedication to their psychological health. Would you chase dramatic individuals too, if you were in their position? So pick your battles carefully. 3. Positive and values-aligned connections are the ones that Sigma empaths select. Selective connections provide a plausible explanation for Sigma empaths' unwillingness to actively seek or chase someone. Sigma empaths are thought to be people who, as opposed to pursuing random goals, take a thoughtful and deliberate approach to building relationships. They are believed to carefully select the people in their social circles, picking only those who share their beliefs, speak to their true selves, and make a beneficial impact on their life. This selectiveness is not a result of a contempt for relationships. Rather, it is a reflection of the Sigma empath's dedication to cultivating meaningful and authentic relationships through discernment in their social interactions. Sigma empaths avoid the need for active pursuit of things that most people want by creating a dynamic where relationships are more likely to grow. This selective approach results from a profound understanding that the quality of connections greatly outweighs the quantity, which is why Sigma empaths place a higher priority on shared ideals and sincerity than on pursuing relationships purely for the sake of pursuing them. 2. Strong emotional autonomy is a trait shared by Sigma empaths. Sigma empaths' emotional autonomy is another reason they don't pursue people aggressively. The ability of Sigma empaths to keep a stable, self-contained emotional core is remarkable. Being emotionally autonomous means being resilient and self-sufficient in negotiating the complicated emotional terrain, which makes Sigma empaths less dependent on other people's approval or emotional support. Here, the emotional independence of the Sigma empaths becomes a fundamental component of who they are, enabling them to find contentment and security within. This emotional independence manifests as a resistance to actively seeking out ties or relationships. Sigma empaths place more importance on preserving their emotional equilibrium than they do on looking to other people for approval or acceptance. The emotional autonomy of Sigma empaths emphasizes a distinct approach to interpersonal interactions and does not imply a dislike of meaningful connections. Rather, it highlights a deliberate decision to cultivate relationships that enhance rather than define their emotional well-being. Do you also give priority to your feelings without looking for approval? All right, consider. 1. Sigma empaths place a high value on independence, favoring autonomy and self-sufficiency. The core of Sigma empaths' behavior, especially in relationships, is innate independence. This trait encompasses more than just a desire for isolation. It also represents a high degree of independence and a natural ease with making decisions on one's own. In this theoretical context, Sigma empaths represent a distinct way of thinking that places an emphasis on maintaining individual autonomy. This kind of thinking affects how they approach forming relationships with other people. This independence turns into a tenet, suggesting a self-sufficient mindset, where Sigma empaths derive satisfaction from their companionship and pursuits. Thus, the notion that they might not aggressively pursue or chase after others stems from their innate preference for the natural development of connections over planned endeavors. Sigma empaths' propensity for independence may be a conscious decision to strike a healthy balance between social interaction and retaining their uniqueness. They firmly believe they should not chase after people for anything, as they can have what they want if they strive for it without relying on others. Thus, they foster partnerships that improve rather than damage their self-reliance. To sum up, the ethos of Sigma empaths is based on the values of authenticity, autonomy, and a sophisticated comprehension of interpersonal dynamics. As a result, they resolutely refuse to pursue any kind of relationship with someone It's more than just a sign of resistance or emotional detachment. It's a deliberate decision to focus their efforts in areas where genuineness, depth, and understanding between people grow naturally. Sigma empaths possess a wisdom that surpasses conventional conventions, as they skillfully negotiate the complexities of human connection. They understand that real connections and endeavors are built by the sincere resonance of souls that remain unsullied by external expectations. As defenders of real relationships, Sigma empaths embrace their unique combination of independence and intuitive understanding. They firmly believe that the strongest bonds develop organically and are dependent on effort. So how can the average person be happy with what they have without feeling inadequate?